Today, we mourn the loss of Neil de Beer, a titan in South African politics, who passed away at 56 after a courageous battle with colon cancer. As the founder of the United Independent Movement, he championed the right for South Africans to elect independent candidates. De Beer's legacy includes his pivotal role in the multi-party charter, which aimed to unite diverse voices for a better future. From his days as a military commander in Umkhonto we Sizwe to co-hosting The Sunday Show, he was a relentless advocate for change. His confrontational style and unwavering commitment to justice will be sorely missed. The 17th Brics Summit in Rio de Janeiro marked a pivotal moment for global cooperation. Leaders signed a joint declaration emphasizing multilateralism and governance. With the addition of 6 new members, including Argentina and Saudi Arabia, BRICS is expanding its influence. They're actively reducing reliance on the US dollar, promoting local currency trade, and fostering collaboration on climate finance and health. India and China are stabilizing their relations, reopening border trade routes, and preparing for Modi's upcoming visit to China. Plus, a new climate framework declaration aims to tackle climate change head-on. BRICS is not just a group, it's a movement towards a more balanced global landscape.
This is the kind of news that shakes an entire country to its core. I want you to imagine this: the President of the Republic of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, sitting there knowing that 4 of the most powerful cops in this country could soon be arrested. Yes, you heard me right. 4 top-ranking police officers, the people who are supposed to protect you, the people who swore an oath to serve and protect, are now under such heavy suspicion that arrests could be on the way. And the name that has thrown this bombshell into the public space: none other than Landla Mkhwanazi. Ladies and gentlemen, this is not just another scandal. This is a political earthquake, and we are about to unpack every single piece of it. But before I go any deeper, you already know what to do: smash that like button right now and hit subscribe because you do not want to miss what is coming. Turn on the notification bell because every update on this story is going to be hotter than the last. This is the kind of story where truth sounds stranger than fiction, and we are going to bring you every single detail. Now, let's break it down slowly because this is too big to rush. For years, South Africans have been complaining about corruption, about crime running wild, about politicians who promise action but never deliver. We've heard the speeches, the press conferences, the promises of commissions, and yet the country has been drowning in scandals. And in the middle of all this, what happens? The one institution that is supposed to be the shield of the people, the police service, has itself been captured by the very crime it's supposed to fight. Mkhwanazi, a man who has earned a reputation for being bold, fearless, and brutally honest, comes out and says what everyone has been whispering for years: that there are criminal syndicates operating inside government, inside the police, inside correctional services, and even inside the justice system. Think about that for a second. This is not some random person making noise. This is a police boss, someone at the top of the food chain, saying that criminals are not just outside, they are inside the system. That means when we report crime, the criminals could be the ones picking up the phone. When we seek justice, the people controlling the process might be the ones with blood on their hands. Chilling, isn't it? Now here is where it gets insane. Mkhwanazi drops this bombshell during a live media briefing, and you could feel the shockwave across the country. People were stunned. The room went cold. Journalists were scrambling, cameras flashing, because nobody expected this level of truth to come out raw and unfiltered. He wasn't careful with his words. He didn't hide behind allegedly odd rumors. He came out and basically said the police are rotten at the top and there are politicians pulling strings for criminals. That's not just dangerous, that's life-threatening. Because when you speak that kind of truth, you are taking on some of the most powerful forces in the country. And then, boom, the fallout begins. Ramaphosa, who was already dealing with a fragile coalition government and an economy hanging by a thread, is suddenly faced with a nightmare scenario. The police minister, Senzo Mchunu, is dragged into this storm because his name is mentioned in the chaos. And what does Ramaphosa do? He moves fast to put Nchunu on special leave with full pay, and then he announces a judicial commission of inquiry. Now let me stop you there. We have heard this story before. We have seen commissions come and go like the seasons. We have seen billions spent on endless investigations, thick reports gathering dust, and nobody behind bars. So you can understand why South Africans are rolling their eyes, saying, "Here we go again." But here's the difference this time: 4 names are on the table. 4 top cops who could actually be arrested. And if that happens, ladies and gentlemen, it's going to be a spectacle like no other. Picture the headlines: generals, commissioners, big bosses of the police force being led away in handcuffs. Imagine the shockwaves through the SAPs, the political parties, the entire justice system. Because when you take down people at that level, they don't go quietly. They start talking. They start spilling secrets to save themselves. And when they start talking, the dominoes start falling. And when those dominoes fall, don't be surprised if they land in the laps of politicians, business tycoons, and even judges. This could turn into the biggest corruption cleanup South Africa has ever seen, or the biggest cover-up if Ramaphosa plays the usual game of commissions and delays. But let's not pretend this is going to be easy. These are not small fish. These are sharks, swimming in the deepest waters of power. They have connections, they have resources, they have dirt on people in high places. Bringing them down is not just about law enforcement. It's about political will, courage, and a fight that could get very, very ugly. Do you think Ramaphosa has the stomach for that fight? Do you think the ANC, with all its internal battles, is ready for this war? Or will they find a way to sweep this under the rug like they've done so many times before? These are the questions burning in everyone's mind right now. Now let's talk about Mkhwanotsi for a second. This man is either going to come out of this as a national hero or as a marked man. Because let's be real, when you expose powerful people, you don't just walk away whistling. People will come after you, directly or indirectly. And the sad truth is, in South Africa, whistleblowers don't always live long, happy lives. That's the reality. So when he stood there and spoke those words, he wasn't just telling the truth. He was putting a target on his back. That takes guts, serious guts. And while all of this is happening, the opposition parties are sharpening their knives. The DA is already calling Ramaphosa weak, saying he's protecting his friends instead of protecting the country. The EFF, of course, is screaming for heads to roll, because this is the kind of scandal they live for. And the ordinary people? They are sitting at home, shaking their heads, saying, "Here we go again." But this time feels different. This time, the storm feels bigger, the stakes feel higher, and the tension feels heavier. Now listen, if you've stayed with me this far, you need to do one thing: subscribe to this channel right now. Because this is just the beginning. This story is going to explode in ways you can't even imagine, and we will be here to cover every twist, every arrest, every shocking revelation. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications because you do not want to miss what's coming. Before I go, let me leave you with this: if these arrests actually happen, history will be made. But if they don't, if this ends with another useless commission and a few pretty speeches, then it's proof that the system is completely broken. Which one do you think it's going to be? Drop your thoughts in the comments right now. Do you think Ramaphosa has the courage to clean house? Or do you think he's going to protect the powerful and let this die quietly? Let me know, because I'm reading every comment. Until next time, stay alert, stay informed, and remember, this is South Africa, where the truth doesn't just come out quietly. It comes out like a bombshell.
But when we got arrested and the police had us in Pretoria prison, you wrote a statement to the police to say that I put communist ideas in your head. You really sold me down the thing. And I went to jail alone and you went back. So now today you want to come and say you are inviting me to go and fight for freedom with you. When you ran away from fighting for freedom at the time when we were going to fight for freedom. I never forget this, that all those years I went into jail and I came back. Now of course now when we came back, because President Mandela and others said, no, we must forgive each other, because some of the people did this. So when his chance came, we said, okay, give him a chance. But look what he's done to our country, together with Zuma and them. They did all of that.
Is always apartheid. Load shedding, well, apartheid. Potholes, apartheid. Your cousin's failed Forex scam? Somehow, apartheid. This week, unions were outraged when KwaZulu-Natal's Police Commissioner, Lieutenant General Mkhwanazi, dared to suggest that unions themselves are part of the reason for South Africa's unemployment crisis. And instead of taking a long, hard look in the mirror, Cosatu doubled down and said, no. It's not us. It's apartheid's ghost still pulling the strings. Really? 30 years later, we're still blaming a dead system for policies written by the ANC Cosatu Alliance today? Let's talk about why that argument is nonsense. Have a look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is how far we've gotten. This is how much we have raised so far in order to produce the next documentary, Stolen Ground 2 and 3. In case you don't know, we are raising funds in order to produce the next two documentaries, Stolen Ground 2 and 3, which will be on the Grabouw and Hermanus land grabs. If just 5,000 people donate 50 Rand, we will hit our goal. And we will be able to investigate these stories and uncover the truth behind land grabs in South Africa. Pause the video now if you want to quickly scan the QR code and go directly to the BackaBuddy link. This is useful if you're watching on TV, but you can also find a link to the BackaBuddy campaign in the description and in the pinned comment. And if you prefer EFT, well, EFT details are also available in the description and pinned comment. Every cent helps. Let's uncover the truth together. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Newsflash. I'm your host, Joe Emilio. Thanks for tuning in. So here's what went down. At a stakeholder engagement in Durban, Mkhwanazi pointed out something obvious, that unions' relentless for higher wages combined with rigid labor laws makes it harder for the state to hire more police officers and for businesses to employ workers. His words? Simple. The higher the salaries we need, the less the employment. That's the reality. Unions, they lost their minds. Cosatu and others condemned Mkhwanazi's statements. Edwin Mkhize called the remarks misplaced and dangerously divisive, insisting that workers aren't the problem, but austerity, capitalism, and wait for it, apartheid are.
I've heard that before.
But here's the catch. While they shout, not us, they've been in bed with the ANC since 1994, writing the very policies that created this mess. Let's unpack why the apartheid made us unequal argument doesn't hold water in 2025. 1. 30 years is enough time. Apartheid ended in 1994. That's 31 years ago. If inequality and unemployment are still apartheid's fault, then what exactly have our leaders been doing all this time? Cosatu has been part of the ANC alliance for decades, influencing policy, blocking reforms, and pushing union-first agendas. And if the system is broken, then they helped break it. This is like blaming your ex for why you're still single 15 years later. At some point, maybe it's not them, maybe it's you.
Curiouser and curiouser.
2. Union-driven wage hikes equals fewer jobs. Unions love to claim they're fighting for dignity and survival. Noble words. But when those wage demands exceed what government or businesses can afford, the result isn't dignity, it's unemployment. Take the police. Mkhwanazi wasn't lying. Salary hikes eat the budget, so fewer recruits get hired. More crime, fewer jobs, and in the private sector, small businesses avoid hiring because it's nearly impossible to fire anyone, thanks to labor laws written with union ink. It's like insisting on a 5-star meal when your fridge only has 2 eggs and a slice of bread. It's a great idea until everyone else goes hungry. 3. Strikes bleed the economy. Mining strikes, transport strikes, Eskom strikes. Each time, billions are lost, production stalls, and investor confidence tanks. Remember Americana in 2012? A wage demand spiraled into violence and tragedy. The world watched, investment fled, and who got hurt the most? Workers, not union bosses. Unions still pat themselves on the back like heroes of the struggle. No, you're heroes of unemployment. 4. Protecting inefficiency. Unions don't just fight for higher wages. They fight to protect inefficiency. Workers can't be fired for poor performance because of union-backed protections. Eskom is the poster child. Bloated staff, unaffordable wages, and a utility that can't keep the lights on. But the unions defend the status quo because accountability is apparently anti-worker. South Africa doesn't have a job shortage. It has a work ethic shortage, and unions are the gatekeepers.
Those sneaky bastards.
5. Global reality check. Other nations with horrific histories have turned things around. India was colonized for centuries. South Korea had dictatorships. Germany was literally divided by a wall, but they all reformed, encouraged investment, and grew their economies. South Africa? We doubled down on cater deployment, union strongholds, and policies like BEE that enrich the elite while shutting out the unemployed. And every time someone calls it out, the answer is no, it's apartheid. And Eskom is failing because Jan van Riebeeck forgot to bring solar panels. This whole blame game is absurd. Kasatu crying apartheid in 2025 is like blaming Shakespeare because your Netflix show sucks.
Technical.
He set the bar high, but you've had centuries to figure out your own script. Here's the real hypocrisy. Unions say austerity is the problem, but who do you think caused austerity? Bloated wage bills, corruption, and reckless spending. The government. The government spends more on salaries than on infrastructure, innovation, or growth. And unions cheer it on because their members get paid, while millions outside the union system stay jobless. That's not solidarity. That's selfishness dressed up in red t-shirts. Let me be crystal clear. Inequality today is not apartheid's ghost haunting us. It's choices made by this government and its union partners, Kasatu included. South Africa's unemployed don't need more excuses. They don't need more speeches about dignity. They need jobs. And jobs require investment and flexibility. 3 things unions have spent decades destroying. Mkonazi wasn't divisive. He was honest. And in South Africa, honesty is treated like treason. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to help me expose the truth behind land grabs in South Africa by going to the Back a Buddy campaign and donating at least 50 Rand. If 5,000 people donate 50 Rand, we will hit our goal. But also, if you prefer EFT details, those details are also in the description or pinned comment. And don't forget to leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this. Do you agree with Mkonazi? Do you not agree? Do you not agree with me? Do you agree with me? Let me know in the comment section. While you're there, leave a like on this video and share it far and wide. And no matter where you're watching this episode or which platform you're watching this episode, don't forget to drop a like, a follow, or a subscribe. I have more content coming your way, and with all that being said, thanks for watching. Your newsflash is in.
Sir, where are you? There you are. You made it. Yeah, are you ready to go down to the hospital? Uh-huh. But first, can you guess what I have? Is it poop? It's poo-poo. Oh. You want some? Hold on 1 second, sir. Get the percent right now, all right? Okay. Wait, have you ever been covered in poop before? No.
Wake up, South Africa. It's time for the politicians to step aside. The people are ready to take the reins and shape our own future. Look around. Other nations are rising, and we can too. Speaking of rising, meanwhile, let's not forget about America. With all the political drama and social movements, it's a whirlwind over there. The world is watching, and it's our turn to make a stand. Together, we can create the change we want to see.
Troops reportedly planning to mobilize them across 19 states in America, and Pentagon is planning for a September deployment that's lining up right with fall. Everything I've always said, fall comes the what? The fall. I think this is going to line up with arrest. So this is going to be, what he's doing here is putting his chess pieces in place. I mean, yeah, he's saying they're going to fight crime, but also to neutralize the coming civil unrest, which I'm predicting will come when they start taking these people down. So as you see now, John Bolton's house was raided. So many things are happening. More people's houses are going to be raided, more indictments, more subpoenas. And then once these troops are in position, I expect to see takedowns. So several thousand are going to be sent to now Chicago. Not only just a 1,700 in 19 states that can be quickly mobilized wherever they got to be, but several thousand are going to be in Chicago. It's all coming, folks. Stay tuned.
I really feel like it's September, and I don't want to give you guys too many details because of the way that this might get shadowed and whatnot. So what I will say to help you guys out is stay away from major city centers and like public gatherings over the month of September. I'm just going to say that, right? Because you guys can fill in the blanks, hopefully, and I don't need to say and describe exactly what it is, but I feel like a lot of you guys already know. You're watching this, you're already thinking about it, and it's already kind of bubbling up. But anyway, the point is, in the month of September, and if it doesn't happen, October as well, just avoid large public gatherings, large public events, and city centers with like events going on, a parade or a protest. I don't know. I'm not trying to get you guys to stop protesting, of course. Continue whatever you want to do, but just keep that in mind.
Trump's phrase, "Where we go one, we go all," has sparked a lot of speculation. Is it a rallying cry for unity, or are we on the brink of something bigger? Some believe it hints at the emergence of extraterrestrial beings, the so-called EBs, as we see increased discussions about UFOs and government transparency. Others argue it symbolizes a new era of collective consciousness, where we're all connected in our fight for truth and justice. Whatever it is, it's clear that the narrative is shifting. People are waking up, questioning the status quo, and seeking answers. Are we ready to embrace this change together?
Where we go one, we go all. This phrase resonates deeply, especially in the context of EBS, or Emergency Broadcast System. It's a reminder of our collective responsibility during crises. EBS is designed to alert us. It's about community resilience. When we stand together, we can navigate any storm, ensuring that no one is left behind. So let's embrace this spirit of unity and preparedness, because together, we are stronger.
Shapeshifting is a fascinating concept found in many mythologies and religions, often linked to supernatural beings like fallen angels or demons. Take werewolves and vampires, for instance. These creatures are believed to transform from human to beast, showcasing a darker side of shapeshifting. Then there's demonic possession, where unclean spirits are said to influence or take over humans. While we lack concrete evidence for these entities, the connections between shapeshifting and the supernatural spark our imagination. Are these just stories, or could there be a grain of truth hidden within? It's a captivating mystery that invites us to explore the boundaries of belief and reality.
Awards, take a look at this clip, and it's not just this clip, but a number of photos that have been surfacing that do not even look like the actual Selena Gomez.
Including Jim Carrey, including Joel Barish, including any of those things. They're all characters. Jim Carrey was a less intentional character, because I thought I was just building something that people would like, but it was a character. I played the guy that was free from concern so that people who watched me would be free from concern.
What's the deal with shift shapers? Is it really the game changer it claims to be, or just another hype?
Number 4. Number 3. Number 2. Number 1.
Celebrity lookalikes are everywhere, shifting from one persona to another like it's a new trend. It's almost like we're living in a reality where nothing is as it seems. Are we in a world of shapeshifters, perhaps influenced by fallen angels? The idea sounds wild, but think about it. How often do we see someone who looks just like a star, only to find out they're a completely different person? And what about the age-old debate? Is the Earth flat or round? It's baffling how these questions linger in our minds. Are we being kept in the dark about truths that could change everything? It's a strange time to be alive, and the mysteries just keep piling up.
37,000 children. That's right, 37,000 children were rescued in the last 6 months here in the United States. Guess where they came from? Across the border. They got trafficked. They got trafficked into different ways. Labor, the other one.
If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button. It really helps us out and lets us know you want more content like this. Your comments mean the world to us, so share your thoughts below. What did you love? What can we improve? We're all about building this amazing community together. Your feedback fuels our creativity and keeps us motivated. So, like, subscribe, and let's keep this conversation going. We can't wait to hear from you.